Karahan Tepe is an unusual 12,000-year-old settlement, full of tools, advanced stone carvings of animals and circle arrangements of giant pillars with astronomical alignments. How is this site possible? Based on everything we know about the origins of human civilization, this site should not exist.
You are watching Supreme Mystical.
The mainstream idea is that civilization began in Sumer, Mesopotamia around 5,000 years ago. For decades, we were taught that civilization began when we developed agriculture and were able to create enough food to have settlements. This idea is now being challenged by the discovery of Göbeklitepe and Karahan Tepe, which predates Sumer and what we thought was possible by at least 6,000 years. Karahan Tepe is still in the early excavation phases, and it's real windy, so excuse my audio. This is Karahan Tepe in its current stage as of June 2022. Right now I'm walking around Karahan Tepe, which by everything we know about human history should not exist. This is the sister site to Göbeklitepe, and potentially older, definitely bigger, and there's T-shaped pillars just like in Göbekli all around, you can see. Retreats with me and your mate Tom. Almost everything you see here, like these rocks, are all manipulated and handmade underneath us as a lost city. Is the main excavation site that we had 2019 in October. I was actually here for it. I'll just give you guys a quick little look. So Göbeklitepe was considered a more or less isolated anomaly as far as archaeology goes. We find what they consider to be the first temple of T-shaped pillars, which you'll see some T-shaped pillars down here, which are clearly made from the same civilization, with these beautiful flowers. But it's not an isolated anomaly. In fact, there's over 50 sites from the same civilization. And this is the second one being excavated. And very important because it gives us a more full picture of this civilization. You know, humans weren't supposed to have this sort of, innovation at this time.
You are watching Supreme Mystical. What are your thoughts on this video? Let us know in the comments.
So when I first came here in 2019, none of this was uncovered yet. It was just this little piece here. And the only thing that was found was this snake, which you can kind of see carved. wolf or a dog or something like this carved here. Even this hole here was not excavated yet. And since then, they've uncovered all of this potentially water system. It would be the oldest water system in the world. Actually, this is a proven settlement before settlements were thought to be possible. This is a T-shaped pillar that has been fallen. Kind of see a stone circle that was here. This one is undeniably a stone circle. Human head. There seems to be a lot of humans carved here. And the coast of Göbeklitepe is mostly unique animal carvings. You do find animal carvings here too, specifically the leopard is reoccurring all inside of here. And this statue here, I believe, is a man holding a leopard. You can't really tell now, but this exact same shape is found in the museum. And if you look very closely, you can see the arms. It's a bit hard to make out. And again, here you can kind of see this little carving here, which looks like it would have carried water all the way around and been dripping water into here like some kind of fountain. This is pre-pottery, so people were not even making pottery yet. This is before the wheel. There was no wheel even invented, no written language, no settlements. People were considered to be hunter-gatherers at this point. So this site should not exist. This civilization should not exist, but it does. And that means that we have a false understanding of our origins. How could a civilization at the end of the last ice age have this level of innovation? These people didn't just do this in one generation. This is knowledge that had to have been passed down. The carvings are very, very professional, you know. This pillar here is very unique. It's the only pillar which has 8 fingers. You can see the arm. This was discovered last time I was here, around December of last year. Is limestone, so it's soft rocks, but there's a huge gap between this civilization and, for example, Egypt, which came about 6,000 years after. There's this mysterious gap. I mean, what would survive in those periods, you know? These would have had roofs on them, making them easily natural to bury through just weathering and time. So, you know, maybe there's all sorts of civilizations that we have yet to discover just because maybe they disappeared through time, or they're for us like this. In about 2 years, this place will open. It'll not be like this. It'll be a tourist destination. Even this here is a T-shaped pillar. Another one right there. Another one right there. We are currently standing in the circle of one. Another right there. And then right here.